Audience, I'm audible. Freedom,
Yeah, yes, sir. We are audible.
Speaker ना उसको भी है मेरा yeah first one 55 is please हाँ
Rida, can you hear us? Say something.
So, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, start. Yes.
Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a very warm good morning to all. I am Saurav and I am a sergeant in arm for today's meeting. I hope you all had a joyful and safe Diwali with your family and loved ones. Every festival has their own story and also teach us something. Like Diwali tells light always win over darkness. I hope this meeting will bring new ideas, positive energy, and inspirations for all of us. You all right? The tension. Yes, so Toastmaster meeting as an MRP, mission, rule, and passion. Talking about mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Come on the rules. The first rule is please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode. For that, I will give only 5 seconds. Time is up. The second rule is as Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. Last, not the least, the third rule is please do not cross talk. For online audience, please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking. Turn off your video if you're stepping out of the meeting. This would help to avoid distractions of our speakers. Last section, passion. Eloquent is fifth consecutive president distinguished club. Salute to the blood and sweat of members and EC who have worked tirelessly to make it happen. Me and my entire EC members welcome you all to the 94th meeting of Eloquent Toastmasters Club Gurgaon. Give a thunder applause to start the meeting. All of please, here's the QR code. Please scan the QR code and mark your attendance. And all the best to all the speakers and participations. Now handling this stage to the presiding officer, Toastmasters, over to you.
Happy Diwali and welcome, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, to meeting number 494. As you know, Diwali means new beginnings and celebration. Today, as I stand here, I'm delighted to share a wonderful news with all of you. I have posted the news on the guest as well as the Eloquent group, but I'm not really sure. So let me explain. So in Toastmasters, there's a term called DCP. And Eloquent Toastmasters has achieved 6 goals out of 10. So DCP basically stands for Distinguished Club Performance. It is a benchmark where all the clubs are assessed on this basis. As Toastmasters has 3 segments, DCP also has 3 parts. The first is the education goals, where all of us as members, we participate with all of us. Yeah. All right, so let me explain you the DCP goals, which means the Distinguished Club Performance. It is basically a benchmark where all the clubs are assessed. And there are 3 segments to it also. First is the educational piece, which is basically participated by all the members in terms of their levels and completion of pathways. And second is the membership, the number of members are there in the club. And the third is the meetings, which is exclusively for the EC committee. And by EC committee, I basically mean the president, VP education, VP membership, sergeant arms, secretary, and person relations, PR. So let's welcome, sorry. And as I can see, a few guests who have joined us online. So can we, Akshita, can you just unmute yourself and introduce yourself to us? Akshita, are you there?
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Akshita, good morning.
Yes, my name is Akshita and I'm from Bangalore. I'm here in Delhi, in Gurgaon for the first time. I'm doing my internship in a company. So I've been to Toastmasters in Bangalore also. It's Galaxy Toastmasters Club. I was there for 8 months, and for 6 months I was the sergeant at arms there. So after coming here, I didn't wanted to break that chain of going to Toastmasters. I did find another Toastmasters, but I didn't feel them that lively. Maybe because they had too much of members, I'm not sure about that. But then I got to know about Eloquent also. So for the first time, I am here.
Thank you so much, Akshita, for a lovely introduction and welcome to our channel. One more guest, can we hear from Shruti? Shruti, sorry.
Hi everyone, I think I'm meeting on for a second. So this is my second interview as a guest. I live in Gurgaon. It's been now on holiday now. With my husband and my son, who's 10. I will be as well. I was a member of NCC for a couple of years. Not new in the identity of the Toastmasters. That was on Sundays or looking for something on Saturdays. So it's kind of really happy to be there.
Now, introduction. So as we move on with this meeting, so let's welcome the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day, she's basically been a Toastmaster since last 2 years. She has joined as a VPPR. Now she's basically taking care of the membership role. She's a traveler. She loves to explore new things, and right now she's working in a digital marketing. So big raise of hands and a big welcome to Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmaster Dikshita, for such kind words. Basically, Toastmaster Sagar was supposed to take up this role, but due to some family medical emergency, he couldn't join. So I am stepping in on his behalf. So online audience, could you please confirm if I am audible and visible clearly?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Can you guys turn on your cameras if possible, so that it is going to be an interactive session for everyone? Akshita, Harsh, Nirdusha. Okay, I'll give you guys a moment to turn on your cameras. In the meantime, so last night when I was asked to take up the Toastmasters of the Day role, I was little confused and I was wondering what could I possibly talk about in such short notice. And then I remembered that because it's a festive season, a festival of celebration, and last week only, I stumbled across a very beautiful word when I was traveling to Himachal. And I wanted to share this word, the meaning of this word with everyone. So today I won't be sharing any big theory, a complicated theme with all of you. No gyan, nothing. I just have a simple word, a simple meaning, which actually is very powerful and holds a deep and powerful meaning and significance in each of our lives. It's a real emotion. So before telling the word to you, let me share how my last week went. So last week I was in Himachal, in Shuja. It's a very remote. So last week I was in Himachal in Shuja. It is near to GD. Is there any problem with the Zoom? So last week, when I was in Himachal in Choja, it was close to GD. Has anyone ever been to Choja before? GD or Choja? No. GD? How was it? How was your experience? Yeah. Okay. Anybody from the online audience who have been to Choja before? Or GD? Okay, so Shoja is a remote place. It is hardly 1 hour away from GD, and it is covered with pine trees, and it is very serene where you can experience the snow life. Although I would say it's on the verge of getting commercialized, but still people there, especially during winters or disaster, they have to come down to GD to access the basic resources like groceries or anything. So it is that, so you can experience that slow and serene life there. And there I was staying in a hostel called Square. That hostel is not just a place where you can stay, but it felt more like a community where travelers from across the world they were coming, and I found so many backpackers who were from different walks of their life, and I met those people. We all hung out together. We went for sightseeing, and we celebrated each other's happiness. We did the bonfire, and everything felt like a community rather than a stay. But more than the place, I really liked the name of the place. And the name of the place is Firgun. Has anybody heard this name before? When I saw this word, it was written on it was beautifully written on the wall with the meaning. And I was thinking, what is the meaning of this word? And then it said, in the wall it was written, Firgun means the simple, unselfish joy that something good has happened to someone else. The simple, unselfish joy that something good has happened to someone else. That feeling when you're genuinely happy, not for you this time, but for someone else's achievement, someone else's happiness, as if their achievements, their wins feels like your own win. So that is that feeling, that rare emotion is called fear. And that emotion, that feeling stuck with me and it truly touched my heart. So that is why I thought I really want to share the meaning of this word to our members. And because it is the right time since it's the time of celebration. And let's celebrate each other's win. And let's compliment each other throughout the meeting. Let's appreciate what we like about each other. So when I saw that meaning, saw that word, I was wondering, like, this meaning, this emotion is so rare that we hardly talk about it. I am sure there have been times where we feel so happy and excited and we really appreciate something about the other, but we hardly express it. We keep it to ourselves. Has it happened to you? I know so many people. Anybody who wants to share their experience, the experience where you were genuinely happy for others, but you kept it to yourself. Toastmaster Ashish.
Yeah, so I think it happens at workplace very, very often. Somewhere, what apprehension also that sometimes institution goes to the every person. If you want that person to do well, rather than that, I have achieved the meta already and that would be nothing more to be done. This happens very often in the workplace, especially I think we are a little more available. Flexible workplace in my experience. Work happens very often, and hold it back. Thinking the other side, how do they take it? They might take it as flattery, they might take it as, okay, I have reached the ultimate. That happened very recently. I really felt good about was a colleague, but I didn't express it exactly.
That is so true. Sometimes we feel that how the other person is going to take it, whether they feel happy about it, or they will feel that there is something we want from them. That is why they are giving us that compliment. Guess Toastmaster Lakshya, you want to share something?
And the last time that I felt very happy was when my childhood friend was about to get married. We're not in talking terms anymore, so I could not tell this to her, but I really felt happy from the core of my heart for her.
Yeah, that is the hard truth of life, that we lose a lot of our friendships and we are not in touch with them, but still we are happy for them. That is true. Anybody else who wants to share? Yes.
So as we were talking, I was reflecting one of the Toastmasters meetings I joined, and there was a colleague who was so afraid of speaking in public, and she stood there, and she happens to be one of this actually, this was common. So she stood there, and she was just not able to express herself at all. So I remember at that time messaging her, encouraging her that it's okay, because it's a process in itself, that all of us have seen some of this in our stages. But the previous time I went there, I saw the same person and she did so beautifully well on the stage. And in the 6 months, the progress that she had, and I could see, and actually the goosebumps even saying it now. But she was outstanding. But for some reason, I was not able to congratulate her for that journey. I don't know what held me back, I still don't know. But I think that was like one of the moments that I'm really happy about somebody doing so extremely well, but not being able to share it with the person. And congratulate for that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
This is very joyful.
I totally relate to this because this happens with each one of us. That we always want to appreciate the people, maybe a stranger who is looking great or who has a very great smile, or someone who is really growing in their journey. But we hold ourselves back. Anybody from the online audience who wants to share their experience? Rhythm, Akshata, Nirdusha. Guys, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm audible, right?
You're audible.
Yeah, so one thing I've observed is, like not just in real life, like in movies, it usually happens to me, in the movie, the way you develop the connection with the character, that when it reaches the climax, whenever they feel something good, or the hero wins, it feels so good about it. I don't know what it is, maybe it's the same phenomena, but yeah, it so much happens during that. I've observed that.
Yeah, that is so true. I second to it. So this happens with all of us, that we don't speak out loud more often. But in today's meeting, let's practice this. Let's practice to compliment each other, to share valuable feedbacks and appreciate each other. So for a moment, I would want everyone to close their eyes and think about the time, the person, or a moment. Online audience, please close your eyes. Rhythm, Nirdusha, Akshata, and in-person audience as well. Please close your eyes. Please close your eyes. And think about the moment, the time, and the person. And that moment where you were genuinely happy about that person, where you were genuinely happy about their small wins or big win, and it made you happy. It brightened your day. Hold on to that moment. Think about that person, that time, that moment. Now open your eyes. Anybody who wants to share for whom you felt genuinely happy recently.
Recently, one of my mentor in my company, he got promoted and he's also my friend. So when I joined this company, I was struggling because I could not make sales and it was hard for me. I was working in customer service and I changed my job. So it was hard for me, but then I met this guy and he truly helped me and he taught me like how can I be effective in making sales. So then he promoted as a trainer, and I believe that he deserved that because he has the ability like he can make more trainees that can be fruitful for the company. So I was truly happy when I recognized that yeah, he became trainer.
Yeah, as Toastmaster Ashish mentioned, that it is very hard for us to appreciate others, especially in the corporate environment. But I'm glad that you appreciated someone. Anybody else for whom you felt genuinely happy? It can be a stranger, a friend, a close one, recently. Yes, sir. Akshata. So basically, my parents, they are not very friendly. They're not tech savvy. They still don't know how to operate Facebook and forget about Gmail also. So my mom has started writing articles, and she's a good writer, but somehow she didn't know that she can write and she can post. Okay. So in most of the evenings, I basically train them in terms of how to basic copy and paste. If she's writing something, she even doesn't know like how to edit. Okay, she will keep calling me continuously, like edit this, and like she could even know she didn't know how to share the post also. So since I've been like training both of them, it's more than a year, I believe. Now I think recently when I went home, and I think day before yesterday, she was able to post an article on her own. Like she was so happy about it. Something I'm really glad, but I don't know how to appreciate it also, because it is so nice to see her like finally she has understood how to edit a basic edit she has learned, and now she's like very confident that she can post her articles on her own. She doesn't need any dependency from mine. So that's the most wonderful thing has happened. But of course, I still don't know how to appreciate it, but she's my mom. So yeah. Toastmaster Dikshita, we can totally see it in your eyes and on your smile that you were genuinely happy for your mom. And I know it's kind of very difficult for our parents to adapt to the new technology, but glad that she could help your mother. And science also says that when we are genuinely happy for someone else from our heart, it's when it's an unselfish joy, when we don't want anything in return, no envy, no comparison. There's this brain cell that releases, which is called feel good hormone, and you feel as good as the other person feels who is actually happy. And the level is same as per your own achievement. So today, before we start the meeting and listen to the prepared speakers, we have a small game to play, and that is secret share. So I have texted everyone on WhatsApp their secret share. You might have received a message on WhatsApp. So just let me know if you haven't received one, Harsh, Akshata, Rhythm. So basically, what you have to do is you have to observe your secret share throughout the meeting. You have to note their positive trait, what they did good, what they actually really did well in the meeting or in the past meeting. You have to observe your secret share throughout the meeting. And during the later section of the meeting, we will reveal our secret shares. And we are going to tell what we, maybe a line or two, what we loved about them. It could be a big compliment or a small compliment or a contribution that they made to the meeting, to your life or outside Toastmasters. So I hope everyone has the names. Anybody who doesn't have a name, can you check your WhatsApp? Okay, so let's move to the formal structure of the meeting. So for the benefit of the guests, our Toastmaster meeting is divided into three sections. prepared speeches. That is the first section where we have three amazing speakers today. Toastmaster Aditya, who is going to give his icebreaker speech. Then Toastmaster Nirdusha and Toastmaster Rhythm. These speakers have already prepared their speeches and they will be delivering it under between 5 to 7 minutes. The second section of the meeting is the table topic section, where we practice the impromptu speaking, basically thinking on our feet, and which is going to be led by Toastmaster Dikshita, our president. And the third and the most important section of the meeting is the evaluation section, where we provide constructive feedback to the members and the guests, what went well, where we can improve, and how the overall meeting went, and which is going to led by Toastmaster Ashish. So let's help me in inviting Toastmaster Ashish, the general evaluator for today's meeting. He is the seasoned Toastmaster, an amazing speaker, mentors to many, and embodies very good for each and every member, and really encourages everyone to ace their Toastmasters journey. So let's give a big round. Thank you so much.
Miss Rashmi Firgun, that was indeed amazing. Rashmi talked about Firgun, so I thought, why should I be back? I should also try to talk about something which you guys might not know, isn't it?
Yeah.
So here is something that I have to share with you. Have you ever heard the name of a person called Mr. John Shaw?
No.
Anybody has heard?
No.
No one? Online audience? Ashita, Rhythm? No. Very strange person. When I first read about him, I felt it's Jackie Shroff's old name. Shroff is misspelled or something like that. But little did I realize it was not so. You all would have heard about Jim Rohn, right? The very famous motivational speaker. Mr. John Shaw happens to be the mentor of Jim Rohn. And Jim, at the age of 25, was an ordinary person, near broke, had no money, belonged to a farmer's family, was very poor. Within 5 years, he turned from being no one to being a millionaire in just 5 years. And he credits a lot of it to Mr. John Shaw's mentorship. And Jim, in one of his sessions, said that John told him a lot of things. But one of the key things he told me is about a concept of value. And what is this concept all about? Let me share with you. We all know we have finite time, right? Anybody think they have infinite time? No one. We have finite time. Whether you are a CEO or you are a security guard, whichever job you are, there's a limited time. But why then a CEO for the same amount of time is paid multi times vis-a-vis that security guard or any ordinary job for that matter? Anyone?
Because he is buying others' time.
He is?
He is buying other people's time. There are so many people who
No, but what makes him do that? Why is not the other way around? That security guard buys the time of CEO.
I can say that he is good in leadership. He has taken role for leadership. Other people like to be led by somebody else.
Why?
Excellent.
Why? Why? Why this guy is a leader, not the other way around? Why this world doesn't have that security guard? Because he's doing a very important job. He's making sure everybody is entering correctly.
Designation matters.
Security guard, important is it? Why is it this way?
Utilizing this
Vision.
Vision?
Utilizing this time more value.
Utilizing his time with a much greater value. And what John Shaw taught Jim Rohn is that you are going to have limited time. Do not complain about it. Do not crib about it. Within this limited time, the amount of value that you add, you're going to get paid basis that. You're not going to get paid basis time. You say, I spent 10 hours. So what? Everybody spends 10. But within that 10 hours, how much value are you able to give to your audience, to the people? Likewise, a CEO offers far greater value as compared to the value offered by the relatively lower value. And of course, no deal It's important that fellow is offering that much more value and therefore is earning more value. Right? So the concept which Jim Rohn learned was value. How can you offer more value? And today, the role of mine as a journal evaluator is to help you enhance the value. We'll do this together, and since you have learned this amazing concept of Firgun, coincidentally, we also have in evaluation the Firgun concept already inbuilt today. You all in guest group or in the members group have couple of links sent just now. So in that link, first link is in which you can share about the speaker, what they did well, and what is it they can do better. So two concepts, an appreciation and idea which they can try in order to go to the next level, right? So there are 3-4 concepts. You have to select the speaker. At the bottom, select these 2 elements. The lower elements are optional. You can put the comments or not. You can give specific input that this is your strength, this is your area of development. But big ticket item, 2 things which we are going to offer, all of us are going to offer to each one of us is one, what we have done well, so that we come to know about our strengths. Second, what is it that one idea which can help us go to the next level? Are you all excited about it?
Yes.
And in this journey of evaluation or enhancement of value, I am not alone. I am accompanied by my amazing tag team. And first, let me invite timer Saurabh today to explain about his role with your 2 rounds. Stage here.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, all. I am Saurav, and today I am a timer of your every participation you speeches. Here is code. Sorry for that. Here is code for all of the people, but not in this room, but outside as well. In real life, we don't get extra time. We learn to make the moment count. And and the entire meeting have 3 sections. The first section is prepared speeches. The time duration will be for 5 to 7 minutes. And the second section is the table topic. The time duration will be 1 to 2 minutes. The last section for evaluators, the time duration will be 2 to 3 minutes. And also I have this cards, as you can see, the green card. The green card, when I see the green card, this means you have reached the minimum time. Please do not leave the stage before the green card is shown. This yellow card I will show when you are the midpoint of your speeches, and also I have this red card. I will show when you are at max time, and you have only 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. I will continue to show the red card and then you quit. And this all about the timer role, and I will show my report at the end of the meeting when Jennifer calls me back to the.
Indeed, Saurabh. I'll tell you, I gave a challenge to Saurabh today. And the challenge was that when he comes on the stage, he should try to start with a quote. And I think if there is a person in the room who deserves 200 marks out of 100 for courage, and that's Saurabh. He could have easily skipped that. It was an optional thing for him, but he still challenged himself to be on the stage and share that quote. Indeed, I think people like you, Saurabh, always will make their time count.
Thank you so much.
Big kudos to you. My next role player is our counter, and that's Toastmaster Lakshya. Let's video.
Hi, everybody. Today I'll be playing the role of counter, and I'll note all your filler words, like actually, basically, And I'll report all of these expressions at the end, so you can give your speeches more effectively, and all of us, can become a better communicators. Thank you.
One challenge to Lakshya is that in her report, try to divide the interjection usage of but and is okay if it is not a filler. For example, I am very smart, but that's okay to use because that's not a filler. But if I'm saying but, which means that I'm using it as a filler. So try to segregate that, and that's a big challenge, and I'm sure you will do a great job of it. Thank you so much for explaining your role wonderfully. Now we move to the grammarian, and today our grammarian champion is Toastmaster Prince. Let's invite him on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmasters. So, good morning, everyone. My name is I will be playing the role of comedian today. So, if kindly detective who would be listening these speeches very carefully, not just to point out the mistakes, but to celebrate the useful expressions and good use of words. So, the word of the day is serene. Right? So, Timor has already used it a couple of times. So the word of the day is serene, which means calm, peaceful, and untroubled. For example, so Saurabh's presence brought Saurabh's serene presence brought good gestures around every day. So the phrase of the day is keep your chin up. Keep up your chin. So this is it means a friendly reminder to be confident and cheerful, even when the situation is not so bad. Which means, for example, you cannot win every day, but keep up your chin and try hard. So I encourage all of you and the online audience to use both of these things, the word of the day and phrase of the day, in your speeches and during your favorite topics, so that this meeting, this meeting can be serene and splendid. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prince, for that serene opening of your role. And what all of us do is as a mark of the fact that we are listening and we are paying attention. The moment anybody has used the word of the day or please give a thumbs up for the encouragement. And this is special challenge to the online audience as well. We'll be observing very closely that how many thumbs are coming up. Could anyone share the word? Yeah, we will. Vidusha will share the word of the day in the chat as well. It will be on the WhatsApp, so that everybody can access. I'll request Prince to do that. One more challenge for the counter as well as grammarian. So the grammarian will be looking at the word wizard of the day. That is the person who used the grammar or who used the expressions in the most wonderful manner. So I look forward to whom he selects as the word wizard of the day. Likewise, a challenge to our counter to select the flawless speaker of the day. That is a person who is near flawless, maybe 100% flawless. We might not get. If we get a good double celebration, but select and announce in your report the flawless person. We look forward to come at the end of the meeting and have an amazing report of all the players. And now we hand over the stage back.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshpesh and the team for explaining the roles very well. So let's come back to the theme of the day. That is, find your figure moment. That is, finding happiness, the unselfish joy that something good has really happened to someone else. Now we all have one challenge for today, that is secret cheer. I hope you all are ready for it and everyone has their cheerleader. Okay, now just to add on to the challenge that Ashish has given to all of us, we have one more challenge and this is for the prepared speakers. Today we have 3 prepared speakers. And what different we are going to do today is that we are going to write a little note of appreciation about that speaker. So I have 3 sticky notes with me. It can be we can keep it color coded, so we can give one color to each of the speakers. What you have to do is, while the speaker is delivering the speech, you have to notice a small gesture, maybe the opening was good, maybe the storytelling was good, body language was good, or the title was good, whatever it is. You have to write a little token of appreciation for that speaker. And by the end of the speech, we'll give all the tokens to our speakers. Rhythm, Nirdusha, I know you have joined online, but still we will be following this in the in-person meeting. And once you are here, then I will save all these tokens with me and you can take it from me. Nirdusha, I think now you have one more reason to come to Gurgaon. So I know in this, and for the online audience, Akshata, you can drop the message, your message or note in the guest group. So let's do it. I'll pass the sticky notes to everyone. You can keep one.
We are asking everybody to give it a
Link.
Yeah. The comments any day.
It can be little note of appreciation. One word or something.
There.
Yeah.
That's for all the speakers. We are asking everybody to write for all the speakers,
Yes,
all
sir.
topics as well
Yeah,
as speakers. In that what we did well, what's not we can do.
Yeah, so that also we can do. Along with that, a token of appreciation because it's in the physical form.
This is application.
Should we say that?
One of it, we can skip one of it.
So,
Or we can skip the link part of it, or we can skip this part. Because both will not. Decide which we can only have one of it.
we can do with the digital one as well. I was thinking that since every time we are going with the digital one, it can be.
That's all the speakers. That speaker also you're asking everybody to select that.
Okay, then we can follow the digital one this time and we can use this for the creative meetings. Alright, so let's start with the first speaker. Before inviting Toastmaster Aditya, I would like to invite his evaluator. And the evaluator is Toastmaster with Manshi.
Good morning, you all brilliant minds, and today I will be playing a role of an evaluator here. Few days ago, I was thinking about changing the roles because I was taking the role time of account of the damage. And it's been 10 months here, and I decided that I should take another role, and I decided that I will be taking a speech evaluation role. But when I got to know about Toastmaster Sagar, Toastmaster Aditya, I was wondering, like, he is a new person, and somebody told me, like, he was only part of Toastmaster. Then I realized, like, did I make a mistake? I was thinking, because I have to do a lot of things, like if I'm evaluating a speech who is already was the part of Toastmasters. So then I decided that yes, I could do it. So I'm here to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Aditya. Today he will be giving his icebreaker speech, and his pathway name will be Dynamic Leadership. It is a level 1, and the topic will be My Favorite Bar. The speech timing will be for 5 to 7 minutes. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Aditya to come on the stage, and I would like to say best of luck.
So Toastmaster Aditya is the new member of the club. He joined us recently. A bit about him. Aditya is a curious soul who believes in learning something new every single day. When he's not hitting the boxing bag or swinging or a tennis racket, he's probably lost in a book, practicing guitar, experimenting in his kitchen, or planning his next trip to explore new place. He believes life is too short to stick to just one hobby. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Aditya on the stage. Give a big round of applause. Toastmaster Aditya, the favorite bar, Toastmaster Aditya.
Palms were sweaty, knees big, arms ahead. These words were written by the legend Eminem. And he was not describing an alcoholic, but he perfectly captured my panic when I gave my first speech way back in 2015. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Toastmasters Bar. I am your bartender, and I will be serving you a cocktail of my experiences today. It was April 2015 when I received an email. Do you want to improve your communication skills? I was intrigued. Now, a bit about myself. I'm always been shy, timid, underconfident guy. Could barely speak a proper English sentence without contemplating my life choices. And I thought that maybe I should give it a try. I attended my first meeting and I barely remember anything because I was too terrified. My friend, he was already a Toastmaster and he warranted me as a timer. Nervously, I stumbled through words, I mumbled through phrases, and I tumbled right off the stage. It was embarrassing. But it's just like an alcoholic who swears that he won't drink that favorite glass of wine. I found myself sitting in the same bar in the corner, thinking that maybe someday I will be about to see. Then one great day, my so-called friend, Hitansu, he said, "Hey Aditya, why didn't you give your icebreaker next week?" I said, "What? I didn't know. In order to get better at public speaking, I actually have to publicly speak." But he gave my name anyway. Next week came, so many stories. I'm sick deep. And next week, too much work. And next week, my dog ate my speech. Deep was furious. He said, "Aditya, no matter what happens, you have to give your speech next week." So after getting the scolding and running out of excuses, I finally went in. And in practice, my speech was coming around 9 minutes. And I thought that, that's fine. At least I will give a proper speech, right? Wrong. Because I was so nervous and I spoke like no one has ever spoken before at 3 times speed. My 9 minute speech was just wrapped up in 15 minutes. My evaluator, he was dumbfounded. He couldn't even understand a single word. And to make things worse, my crush was also in the crowd. That day, I decided that no matter what happens, I won't face these Toastmasters and my crush again. Then keep punching up what I did. I started reading different books. And in one of the book, I read this beautiful phrase. If you dare to fail miserably, you can achieve greatly. And for some reason, those words lingered with me. I wanted to be Toastmasters another shot. Later same week, I received an email. Numerous speech contests coming up. And just like an alcoholic who didn't resist his the glass of his favorite bottle of scotch, my hand shaking and reached to the mouth and clicked. I understood. What have I done? Giving a speech is one thing. Giving a humor speech is another thing. Giving a humor speech and a is totally different things. But given no choice, I prepared. I prepared like no one has ever done before. Day and night I reciting my speech with the help of my Toastmasters. My objective was very simple. I want to give a speech properly without losing my chances with the accuser in the crowd. And then the contest came. At club level, somehow I keep second. Fortunately, unfortunately, 2 people were answering that. So I went to the area level. At area level, I won. At division, I won. And I lost at district. But I lost the game. So something has changed by that time. Now people started calling me to be able to share my experiences. They started tagging me as someone who's recently joined Toastmasters and went into the district. I was surprised with all the information. Am I a prodigy? I started thinking, and with every invite, my ego grew. Now I want to attain the district level trophy more than anything in my life. But no matter what happened, how much I practiced, how much I realized, how much I meditated, any kind of props I used, I kept on failing at tradition level again and again. And just like now, after his glory days, he fades, Toastmasters also faded into the background. Years later, while I was shifting to Goa, I found my old trophies, dustbins, and, and I had this epiphany that in order to chase these trophies, I lost something else. The joy just standing on the stage, nervous but enough. And it was replaced by with something, fear, doubt, and the need to prove myself. On that day, I decided to return, but not as a competitor, but as a learner from Cyprus. So, ladies and gentlemen, here I am, just like an alcoholic who's come again and again with his favorite bar in that alcoholics, raising the toast and getting better together. My palms, they still sweat, but with excitement. My knees, they are not weak anymore because they know people are there to support me. And my arms are finding light, free from the burden of future.
What a wonderful icebreaker speech. Honestly, it didn't sound like an icebreaker. And honestly, Toastmaster has become a favorite bar for me as well. And I'm so glad that you added a lot of humor in your speech. I could see that I actually enjoyed every second of it. You were resilient, you bounced back, and you kept your chin up. And you were back to Toastmasters, you were confident. So kudos to you. Next, we have the second speaker, that who is Toastmaster Rhythm. Before inviting Toastmaster Rhythm, I would like to invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Renz. And before we move on to the next speaker, let's just have 1 minute to give feedback to Toastmaster Aditya. Timer, please take the note of the time.
In that link, you have all of your mixes that link?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, first one. Second one is now. First one is real prayer. See, the second last option is a victor, and then you show one speaker in there.
everybody done. That is such a big, great coincidence that we practice Firbun even in our Toastmasters meeting. We give genuine compliments to each one of us so that we can ace our Toastmasters journey. So let's welcome second speaker, Toastmaster Rhythm. Before inviting Toastmaster Rhythm, I would like to invite Toastmaster Prince, his evaluator. Could you please share a brief about his pathways and purpose?
Thank you. So, master of the day. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, today, I will be introducing my friend Ridhan Gupta, Toastmaster Ridhan Gupta. So, we almost started this Toastmaster journey together. I think he joined just 1 week before myself. But he has, in this, so around 6 to 8 months, he had been with this, Toastmasters club. But within this short span of time, he has left a deep and positive impact on all of us through his storytelling skill and charming smile. So Ritam Gupta hails from Jagram, a small town near Gurugram in Punjab. By profession, he is a mechanical engineer and currently working with an MNC as a data scientist. When it comes to hobbies, he loves exploring offbeat places and shares quality time with his family. So when it comes to his details, his path is presentation mastery, level 1 and part 2. So the title of his speech is How Much Perfection is Enough. So rhythm, Toastmaster rhythm. How much perfection is enough? How much perfection is enough? Toastmaster rhythm. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prince. Hello, everyone. So, how much perfection is enough? Have we ever asked this question to ourselves? If I ask you to think for a moment, is the country you live in perfect or not? Is your partner perfect or not? Is your boss perfect or not? I want you to pause for a minute and think about all these three questions. Now, whatever your answer is, right, be it perfect or imperfect, I want you to observe that this perfection or imperfection is from the point of view of the person who is thinking about it, right? So this country could be perfect for me, but might not be perfect for someone else. A painting might look very good to me, could be a very perfect for me, but for a qualified painter or professional painter, it might come with lot of flaws. So this whole concept of perfection is very dynamic. What is perfect to one person might be imperfect for other. What is perfect today might get imperfect tomorrow. I want you to stay or keep this concept in your mind as I tell you the wonderful story of my friend. And I want you to relate it to the story that I'll be telling, that perfection is always from the point of view of the observer and not tied to the thing itself. With this, I want you to tell a story of my friend Krishna. So Krishna and I were friends in college. We studied together and we end up working in the same company. Krishna was one of that person who was very hardworking, dedicated, and he was a perfectionist person. He wanted everything perfect in his life. In his education, even in his golgappas, he want perfection. He was not okay with imperfect golgappas. So that was the kind of perfection that he was chasing. But at the same time, he was brilliant. So when we joined the company, along with his regular work, he was also working on a side project secretly. And it was a fantastic idea. So he has only shared that idea to me. He started working on it. Days passed, month passed. And almost after 6 months, I checked with my friend Krishna. Krishna, you were working on that project. What is the progress like? he said, Rhythm, I have made a good progress, but I am still working on it. I want to make it perfect. I thought, okay, good. Then again, after 3 months, I checked with him. Same response. I told him, Krishna, you ought to show me, what you have already built. So at that point, he pulled his laptop and showed me what he has already built till now. And I was amazed with what I have seen. It was such a wonderful project that he has already built. And I was saying to him that, what are you waiting for? It's already such a perfect project. Why don't you go and present to the management? Again, he told me, Rhythm, I see there are certain things which are still imperfect. I want to make it perfect. I was like, bro, it's not required. It's already perfect. But anyways, it was his project. So he took another 3 months. But unfortunately, one thing happened that, one of our another colleagues stumbled upon his project. He also liked this idea because it was a great project. And in a very quick time, he did a imperfect version of himself and presented it to the management. Just when my friend was all ready to present his idea to the management in next 15 days, you see having someone else presented the same idea in an imperfect way. And it was so well received by the management that, within the whole team meeting, that person received the standing ovation from everyone. My friend was standing with me, and I could literally see tears coming down from his eyes. I took him to the cafeteria. I tried to soothe him. Nothing happens, you can build something. But he was very disappointed. He hasn't imagined something like that. And on that day, as they say, things you also learn from other experience. I read a quote there. I haven't paid attention to that quote before, that in corporate, speed matters more than perfection. So I thought that, this is an important lesson for me. And next day I went back and I was also working on some idea. I knew it was not perfect, but from the lesson that I've just learned, I knew I have to go and present to the business before someone other does. So I went to my manager. I said to him, Mayank, I have an idea I want to present. Within 1.5 years, I was able to build such a good rapport with him that he immediately agreed. He even asked some other seniors to come, and I was ready with my presentation. I built the presentation, and every time I have some doubts, I'll quiet myself saying, Rhythm, you don't need to be perfect. You need to be fast. So I went to the meeting. I was giving the presentation. As I was moving from one slide to another, second to third, I realized that I was actually contradicting myself. On slide 2, I made a case for doing the online courses, but on slide 4, I was saying the online courses were not adding too much value. I was shivering. I don't know, I was completely froze at that moment. What was happening? I somehow, thought that, please God, no one should ask that question. As I moved to the next slide, someone paused. Neelam, can you please move to the previous slide? I have a question. The same question came. I have no answer. I was looking down, and at that moment my manager became as a savior, that okay, if there are any questions, we can take it offline. But I could see the disappointment in the eyes of my manager. Now the same thing happened to me. This same friend Krishna, whom I take to cafeteria for soothing, this time we did the same. He took me to the cafeteria. He tried to soothe me, but I was in such a mood that I was not ready to listen to anything. But in this whole moment, I realized, what is exactly that people want? Is it speed or is it perfection? And I turned that, important is that you need to have the perfect fundamentals, but the details could be perfect later on. But fundamentally, you cannot be imperfect. So next time when you have this question and when you are thinking between doing things done or chasing the perfection, pause for a moment and ask yourself, how much perfection is enough? Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rashmi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rhythm, for sharing the wonderful story. So I totally agree with you. Done is better than perfect. It's okay to look imperfect. The way you juggled between the speed and perfection, and you gave us a message that we should put a thought that how much perfection is needed. Maybe you put all your efforts and energy into one thing, and it took you ages to prepare that, but then you miss the opportunity to show it to the real world. It is okay to look that you're still trying. And it is okay to come up not being perfect, but appreciate how the other person is doing. All right. So before giving the evaluation to the speaker, can anyone tell me that what was the Firgun moment in Rhythm's speech?
This is a friend taking out for coffee.
Yeah.
Friend encouragement.
Yeah, so Krishna encouraging Rhythm and going out to a coffee shop and actually sitting with him and giving a real thought to make you better, to make your presentation and goal better. What else? This happened one more time during the start of the speech. Now I'm playing the part of active listener. Rhythm did the same thing when Krishna was contemplating that how he can be perfect, whether he should pursue his project side hustle or not. And he was thoughtful, he was putting the real effort, he was genuinely happy for the side hustle that his friend Krishna is pursuing. That is what Fibble is all about. Fibble doesn't have to be big or small, it has to be thoughtful. That you're genuinely appreciating and celebrating other person's success without any selfish joy. With that, let's give a quick evaluation to this master rhythm. I will give you a minute for it. Timer, please figure out the time. I hope everyone has given feedback to the Toastmaster rhythm. Anybody who's still writing the feedback? Okay. So let's move to the third speaker. And the third speaker is Toastmaster Nirdusha. Let's invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Dikshita. Today, my target speaker is Nirdusha.
So when Nirdusha joined this club maybe 5 months back, and I had limited interaction with Nirdusha. And I think after a couple of days, we were looking for meeting here, and I was wondering whom to reach out. And I saw her name, and I asked her, Nirdusha, would you be interested for the role? The response I get from Nirdusha said, oh, Dikshita, good to hear from you. You know, I was thinking to ask you the same question in case you have anything open in EC role. That made my day.
First of all, thank you, Nirdusha, for that. Something I have never done that in last 4 months. I know I'm not really good, but thank you so much for that, for taking up that role, and you're doing a fantastic job. Today, as a speaker, I will basically evaluating her in terms of vocal variety, her eye interaction, and her audience connect. And she'll be basically her level is level 3, project 3, and the path is engaging humor. Best wishes, Nirdusha. So, Nirdusha, a bit introduction about you. She's an English literature student, likes to read and write, and she has recently started her Instagram poetry page. Everyone can follow it. She's never be on time, but never be too late. Multitasking in her new skill and cooking good meals has become her stress buster. Public speaking is her passion, and she loves to speak but not to talk. So, the title of her speech is okay. Toastmaster Nirdosha, nobody warned me before. Nobody warned me before Toastmaster Nirdosha. Over to you.
First of all, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Yeah. Maybe you can take up. Yeah, that's perfect. You're visible.
When I was a kid, I couldn't wait to grow up. I thought adulthood meant freedom,
Sorry, Nirdosha, to interrupt.
no bedtime, no.
Nirdosha, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think there is some issue with the voice.
Yeah.
Your voice is echoing. Can you just
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. But can you just speak one or two sentences?
Can you say it's a beautiful day?
Network and it's
Echoing.
not safe.
The room may be empty.
Your voice is not clear, Nirdosha.
Write something now, write saying something now. Say a sentence, Vidusha.
Now?
Say, today's a wonderful day.
It's a wonderful day.
The voice is echoing.
Don't put headphones.
Can you try headphones, Nirdosha?
Now it's a wonderful day.
It's much better, I guess. Yeah, it is better. I think without headphones, it's better.
It's a wonderful day.
Perfect, you can start.
Perfect, yeah. You can start.
I'll start now. When I was a kid, I couldn't wait to grow up. I thought adulthood meant freedom, no bedtime, no homework, and ultimate snacks. Well, now I'm an adult, unfortunately. I realize it's just freedom to choose your own suffering. Nobody warned me before. Nobody warned me before that growing up meant waking up every morning and feel like you haven't slept since 2016. Yeah, almost 10 years ago. As a university student, I thought sleepless nights were a temporary phase. But this adulthood said, surprise, this is a permanent gift for you. Every morning starts with a negotiation between myself and my alarm clock. My alarm says, wake up, be productive. And my brain goes, let's look and see where the life takes us. And nobody told me before. Nobody told me before that being tired becomes a default. You are not angry. You are not sad. Just tired. Just tired in HD quality. Let me hit you with some hard truths. According to 2024 India Sleep Survey, 59% of Indians sleep less than 6 hours. My dear Toastmasters, less than 6 hours. In my point of view, it's not sleep, it's just a nap that we take after work or our college time. And 27% of Indians say that they get some fair good sleep. And rest of us, we fight for smartphone, stress, and midnight assignments. Here is the worst part. 84% of people in the world, we just check our smartphones right before the bed. The gift that you receive because of this action is, even in your dreams, you will get some pop-up advertisements. We stay up paying bills, replying to emails, and to understand the statuses. And you finally go down to sleep. Your brain goes like, hey, do you remember the embarrassing moment you did in 2018? Here we go again. Adulting also comes with the sleep paradox. Yes, we all are living in sleep paradox. You are constantly tired, but you cannot sleep because you are constantly thinking how to sleep. But in between the jokes and yawns, the truth is, sleep isn't a luxury. It is a fuel. It's what helps us to stay creative, kind, and sane in this world that stops. We don't just lose sleep, we don't just lose rest, but we lose the balance. We start to enjoy the little morning teas, the walk to work or college, a quiet minutes before the Toastmasters meeting because we are too exhausted to notice them. Maybe adulthood isn't about having all together, but maybe it's about learning to rest, recharge, and breathe. So, yes, nobody warned me before. Nobody warned me before that being an adult meant drinking coffee as a survival tool and pretending sleeping in at 7:30 a.m. and enjoying the weekend, cover up all our laundry work and sleep in that order. But the truth is, you are still showing up. If you are still showing up, yawning and blinking your eyes and having a cup of coffee in slow morning, you are already doing better than you think. So tonight, my dear Toastmasters, if you are tempted to scroll down one more page, remember this world can wait, but your pillow will never wait. So grab your pillow. May you finally have 8 hours peace tonight. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nirdusha, for warning each one of us to have a good sleep this weekend. So, 1 minute for everyone to evaluate Toastmaster Nirdusha's speech. So without further ado, let's move to the second section of the meeting, that is the table topic section. And today our table topic master, our president Toastmaster Dikshita, is going to lead this section. She's working as an IT consultant. She loves to explore different food cuisines, loves to travel, and her current obsession is that she loves to sit idle at least for 20 minutes a day. Even I am going to make it my obsession. So let's welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Dikshita. And as we are running out of time, so I will just quickly start the section. So today, in table topic, it's basically important section where if you table topic master will give you topic, you have to think on your feet and you will deliver the topic within the time frame that is 1 to 2 minutes. And usual activity, what we do in table topic is basically we put a speaker on the spot. And in those classes, it has become a norm now. Whenever Aditya is in the meeting, he's basically the first speaker. So today he's not the first speaker, Aditya. So you can relax. Okay. So today I just want to start. So I just hope that everybody has made the skate student there, where you have to spin a bottle. Okay, and then basically wherever the bottle moves, the person is the first speaker. So let's start with that. And I'll start with the online speaker. Rhythm, Nitusha, can you just switch on your camera?
Diksha, my suggestion, since we have a short time, let's pick up people who are not spoken. Okay. Might stop at a place which we have already spoken about.
All right. Okay.
Sorry to have.
No, that's okay. That's fine. I think we just short.
And that people who have not got opportunity.
So first, I would like to start with the speaker who has joined our Toastmasters recently, and she's a new joiner. And it's my miss that I have not introduced her. So let's welcome Toastmaster Lakshya on stage.
Sorry, Lakshya.
Okay, Lakshya, the topic is, what's your favorite way to waste time online? Toastmaster Lakshya, the topic is, what's your favorite way to waste time online? Hi everyone. The topic for me today is, what's my favorite way to waste my time online? Let me start by talking about Instagram Reels. The variety could be different. The variety could be different based on what you may be seeing online on Instagram, but I think it consists of major parts of all of our days these days. So I usually wake up and I try not to pick up my phone. The reason is that if I start scrolling, I would not know when did I waste 15-20 minutes and I would get late to the office. So now what I've started doing is that I get ready first and then I use my gap time to play the Instagram reels. There are a variety of topics that I feel interested in when I'm scrolling through these reels. One is motivational speeches. Second would be to try new healthy recipes. And third would be to understand different perspectives of multiple people. These are the three areas that interest me the most, and I lose what time has went by, when time has went by. To summarize, I would want to say the best way to waste your time very productively is to get a field of interest that can help you grow better and learn better. That's all. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshya, for the participation. Indeed, actually, we are all into doom scrolling right now, and I think mindful scrolling is very important because that will actually help us to activate our brain. Because otherwise, ChatGPT is always there to help us out with even a basic thing. But I think mindful scrolling actually will help in future. So, can we hear from our guest Akshata? Can I give you a topic, Akshata?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just switch on the camera?
Yeah.
If you get hired for a talk show, who would you invite as your first guest?
Can you repeat the topic again?
If you get hired for a talk show, who would you invite as your first guest?
Okay. I think I have a grace time for thinking.
Yes, 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll start. So, am I audible first?
Yes, yes, you are.
If I ever host a talk show, and my first guest would be Srimati Sudhamurthy ma'am. I've always, the first time if I have taken anyone as an inspiration is her simplicity, her serene nature. So that has always made me question that how every time she can be so calm, so simple. And I used to read her books a lot. So somewhere I feel that if at all I do a talk show, she will be my first guest, and I would ask her what's the reason behind her being so calm and getting being success in whatever she does. Thank you.
For participation, and indeed, actually, even Sudhamurthy, I really like her, and she's a wonderful lady, and the way she expresses herself, it's quite nice. Actually. Thank you so much for the participation. That's
Thank
the end of
you.
the section because we don't have time to have on the stage to discuss question. Thank you, Toastmaster Vikshita. Because it's only 110.
We can remember the valuation. 110.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikshita, for being so mindful about the time. Okay, so without further ado, let's complete our secret cheer challenge. Let's reveal our secret cheers. And I would like to start first. So my secret cheer for today is Toastmaster Saurav. And you can share one-line compliment or in a word, it doesn't have to be big. So my secret cheer is Toastmaster Saurav. And one thing I love about him is his punctuality. Whenever we start the meeting, he comes 30 minutes earlier and he makes sure that everything is correct. So Toastmaster Saurabh, who is your secret cheer?
Friends, Toastmaster Prince, today I want
It's okay.
friends, the first thing I know is about is the calmness. No phone, people. He joined after people the calmness whole is a very, very unique. I know one thing I observed whenever someone is speaking in the room, he just observe that person and look at me, I'm just doing my stuff. So that thing I love about him. Thank you.
Definitely has a very serene energy. Toastmaster Prince, who is your cheer, secret cheer?
My chair, secret, chair is, Medusa.
Yes, Toastmaster Prince.
So I had my first interaction with Medusa and then she was my evaluator. So that was my icebreaker. That was really with Medusa. And I was really impressed. And I was really, moved with the feedback, with the evaluation that she provided me. Apart from that, when it comes to, public speaking skills, mind blowing. So I really admire that. The best part is the way he or she basically owns the stage. That's the perfect part when it comes to public speaking. So that's
Keep it little short and quick since we are running short of time. Toastmaster Medusa, who is your secret cheer?
My secret cheer is Toastmaster Harsh. I hope he is not here in the meeting, maybe. But okay, not from the meeting, but by observing him, he's so engaging with the meeting. And I think recently he won the award of maximum award in our Eloquent Toastmasters. So I think that's what he is. He is really engaging, and he does his roles very well.
Master Rhythm, it's your turn.
Okay, so my secret chair is Toastmaster Aditya. So I haven't met him personally, but I think the way I have heard him giving his icebreaker speech, I think in no means it appeared as the icebreaker. The confidence he showed, the body language he exhibited, and the plot he came was excellent. And I think also his willingness to stand up first, as I think Toastmaster Dikshita was mentioning. So he's the first to raise his hand for any table topic master, speaks volume about his confidence and his willingness to volunteer. So I think that's wonderful about him.
His confidence is amazing. Even I want to learn that from him. Okay, guest Akshata, it's your turn.
I just know the name. It's Toastmaster Rashmi.
Toastmaster Rashmi.
Okay. This is my first time, so I didn't know.
You can say she's been an amazing performer.
One word maybe. One word.
One word. You've been engaging with everyone, whoever comes to the stage there and whoever talks, you've been engaging to them. That's what I've observed. You've been
Thank you.
lively throughout the meeting.
Means a lot. Okay, guest Shilpi.
Toastmaster Dikshita. And so I saw three things now in the same meeting. So I saw three things about it. I told her the previous time, I think her smile sparkles completely. Like, it's really captivating when her presence on the stage is channeled. Like, I think her body language and the way she uses her body language is something to learn from. I think it's really brilliant. And third, I love the way she is supporting other Toastmasters today, encouraging them very, very positive. So I think there's something innate about her and in the film moment that she's kind of really bringing that to life. Loved all those three about it.
Definitely, she does wonders for our club. Okay, Toastmaster Ashish.
Mine is about Aditya. And so, look, I think I know him for 1 month now. I think if he's one person in the entire club, I want to learn how to deliver a great human topic. It's Toastmaster Aditya. I just love his style, his calmness on the stage, and his able to look like prepared speeches. To me, that's the hallmark of it. Each time you're on a stage, you will be an inspiration.
There's so many compliments. Okay, Toastmaster Aditya.
I actually see Harsh. And so I had not met him and
Okay. One word for the meeting, maybe.
meeting, that's when I joined. Nothing else. Even a lot of people from my Black Ops speaks are actually joining. They might be joining soon as a layer. Speaks about the way you conduct the meeting and there is a comment. Thanks.
She was the first person with whom I interacted when I joined Toastmasters along with you. Her smile is fabulous. I think it lights up the room. And the way she accepts and encourages people in the room is there is one person who would see your floor and make you feel comfortable. She's that kind of person because I've seen her during the meetings, not just this one, but the previous one also. So amazing acceptance and encouragement that she brings for all the team members.
Thank you. Master Vivanshi.
My secret chair is Toastmaster Ashish. For him, I will say like whenever I listen his speech, it reminds me that he is one of our actually. Yeah, like it reminds me like he is disciplined because he told me the story that when he started his journey, so he is fluent and he is able to engage the audience and always he wins like whenever he is giving the speech. I don't think that somebody else will When, so in that case, it reminds me that he is disciplined.
My secret chair was Harsh. He's not here, but just like to highlight one thing about Harsh, that he's one person who's very positive, and whenever he takes up any role, he's quite serious about it. He prepares the role and then he comes on the stage, and his one person is very, very helpful. So I appreciate and love him as a very cute Toastmaster.
I would want to give compliment to Toastmaster, a guest Shilpi, because I think we missed her. So I would want to say that you are a very great speaker. The way you articulate your thoughts, I think that is something I really want to learn from you. So let's carry this spiritual energy because it is contagious, it is uplifting, and it brightens everyone's mood. Without further ado, we are going to the last section of the meeting, that is the evaluation section. I would like to invite Toastmaster Arvind.
Thanks so much, Miss Vibhu. We call her Miss Vibhu. And what a lovely concept and a lovely name it is. Let's pass on the notes. So we have a challenge. And the challenge is that time is short. We started late, and plus the content has been so rich, which means she mentioned at the start that okay, it was given late in the night, very less. But I think throughout the last 1.5 hours, I'm not sure anyone of us have felt that the speaker was underprepared or unprepared. On the contrary, let's give a round of applause for her. Because I think that's the hallmark of a highly skilled speaker, right? Irrespective of how much time you've got, it's important to come prepared on the stage, and that's fantastic. So we have a challenge, and that challenge we will address it by cutting down the role timing. My request timer to please cut down the time of evaluation to 1 to 1.5 minutes. So we'll invite all the evaluators. Please be crisp on the areas. Let's make sure that we highlight what the speaker did well, and just one idea that he would like to give to the speaker. Works. So we will make sure that every one of us carries that valuable input. And if you have more content, you can type it and give it. Anyway, you have given it on the form already. You can type it and give it on the WhatsApp if you have more content now. Right? So we'll quickly move on to the first evaluator. And for our first speaker, that is Toastmaster Aditya, evaluator was Toastmaster Divanshu. Let's invite him on the stage. Hello, to the podcast.
Your speech was amazing. It was not looking like you were giving your first speech as an icebreaker. You already had experience, so it was amazing. You gave great opening, you engaged the audience, and you also used the humor. And besides this, I can see that you also used the body language. You connected the speech by using the storytelling, which is a good thing, and I can say it is the quality of great storyteller. And one thing which I noticed, like you can add, like to make your speech more interactive, you can ask questions to audience so that it can become more engaging. And that's the everything was fine.
So you've got a green signal report of the medical examination on a lighter note. Well done, Toastmaster Aditya. Your hallmark was humor and storytelling. And I think working on the drafting, and especially the ending, how can you leave that punch in the stomach of the audience that propel them towards an action is a challenge that I like. Right. But an amazing job there. Thank you. Second speaker was Toastmaster Rhythm, and his speech was evaluated by Toastmaster Prince. Let's invite him. Mr. Prince, please.
So, hello, Rhythm. So, I had a great pleasure to evaluate your speech today. So, I would start with the good things. So, first of all, when it comes to opening, it was a great opening. The best part was you took some time to set up the context so that everybody could get into the topics and grasp it. And the second piece is the structure. Your speech had a great structure. You stated relatable examples And when it comes to delivery, you were calm and composed during the entire delivery. You were looking confident. Naturally, and and I think that is the one thing which is which helps you and is always in your favor is your voice modulation. So in terms of area of improvements could be the hand gestures during the entire speech you were telling. Maybe you could I know I totally understand that during the during delivering the speech virtually it may be challenging, but maybe you could stand during your speech and use the stage. So that are two areas that you can probably think of while delivering your next speech. So yeah, that is also my side.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And timer we do it as timing as 1 minute to 1 minute 30 seconds. So the green card at 1 minute 20 seconds you can do by yellow, and 1:30 you can do by black. So that will be fast because that's how we are structured today. Very quick one, Toastmaster rhythm, an amazing speech with regard to comfort and confidence of storytelling. And I think I saw a person hearing a personal story of him and his friend in a way that was really coming across as a skilled storytelling in a comfortable and confident manner. A couple of things my mentor told me to improve, which over the period I have worked, and I'll leave you with a challenge to you. One, the eye connect with the camera, and that is always a bit tricky when we are delivering the. So how can we have that eye connect better to the camera is something which you can look forward to. And second, of course, keep working on the content. Like my mentor always used to tell me, content is the king. How can you sharpen the content in a way that leave a better impact to the audience? So keep working on these two elements, and you are on the way to become a great storyteller. Our third speech evaluator is Toastmaster Dikshita. Let's invite her on the stage to evaluate the speech of Dr. Nirdusha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. Nirdusha, I simply love listening to you. Your expressions were spot on today, especially when you said that the struggle between alarm clock and Nirdusha. Wake up, Nirdusha, it's productive. That was amazing. So only a few recommendations I'd like to tell you. The first is like when you speak, I think this the level between you and the laptop was put up below. I think and that's why you're looking down. I feel so it should be level up so that it's easier for all of us to look at the expressions properly. And second would be like few areas I couldn't follow you properly because of the voice clarity was not very good. And third point, okay, and when you're giving the advice, right, like fellow Toastmasters, you should sleep and all, when you're talking about that, it felt your voice was same, there was same monotony, okay, there was no different, the expression the same actually. You could have worked on that expression because you're giving an advice, you're not telling a story. It felt like you're just following the same steps, so you could just improve the expressions on the advice part, that's all. Otherwise, it was amazing speech. And one topic we all of us royally ignore, I know, but with all of us have to sleep at least for 7 to 8 hours. Thank you so much.
Indeed, your pillow will never wait for you. Toastmaster Nirdusha, each time you come on the stage, you bring extremely relevant topics and share your thoughts with us. Thank you so much for that. With regard, what I loved about is that the message and the fact that nobody told me before, you kept repeating that. I think that made almost a jingle around it. And that's a good way to learn for all of us, that if there is an element of speech which you can repeat about, it gives relatability to the audience. So I think that is one aspect which we can learn from you. Evaluator has mentioned the eye contact, and please try and do this is message for all of us. Those of us who are speaking, let's try and do the audio check and a little bit of stage familiarization prior to the meeting. That helps to avoid the glitches which happen otherwise. But thanks so much, an amazing speech. Now we'll move to the report of tag. My request, timer, you stay put right now and show the cards to the tag team also. The timing is 30 minutes, 30 seconds to 1 minute. So first let's have the report of Gravarian.
So overall, in terms of grammar, even the speaker did a splendid job today. So there are few good words that I like to highlight. Epiphany, contemplating, innate. So a couple of observations on the where we can have a better usage of language, like these cards. So it is cards we are using as a plural, so it can be used as these cards. So show. So I will show my report. So instead of that, we can say I will present my report. Perfectist person. So we can only use perfectionist because it is itself a complete word. Listen, instead of when we are saying that I am listening, so I'm listening to him. So instead of just saying listen, I'm listening to him, listening to a song. So these are the observations that I want to highlight. But overall, the language was splendid today. It was as serene as a Saturday morning. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we will have the accountants report. Toastmasters Lakshya, if you come on the stage and share your report.
So, I would like to start with the flawless person of the day first. It was Smith Dusha. During the meeting, I noticed that I was more receptive to the usage of words if it is used as filler or otherwise. And there were a few words that most of us have used to, in the interest of time, I'll just mention them quickly. And the frequency was from 1 to 2 for each of you. So Dikshita has used, I think, like one inch. Rashmi has used basically and am. Ashish has used, I think, Rhythm has used, Vipanshu has used also like. Aditya has used and Rhythm has used and but. And Prince has used and That's all. I hope we are able to keep it active in the future meetings and communicate better. Thank you.
I just mentioned one thing.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to
You can speak there only.
So I wish to, announce a surprise today. So we are going to announce the word result of the day. Full freshman. Throughout the entire meeting, but she has focused through her vocabulary, speech, modulation, body language. So congratulations.
Timers report, if I request you, Saurabh, if you can share quickly on the guest group. Yeah, what is that? Yes, just send it to the guest group. So I'll just give the couple of comments for the table topics speaker. It was guest Lakshya, the topic with regard to the where would you like to spend your or waste your time on the scrolling. I thought Lakshya, the topic was well stitched. So a couple of table topics only, and let me try to. So broadly, the key challenge in the table topic is speech construction because you have to do it on your feet. But the challenge is that you still should have an opening to grab the interest of the audience, followed by the body or the story, and followed by the ending. What message you are leaving with the audience? And of course, as we start, we learn. I am far from people like Aditya, people like Ayushi in our club or Anurag are far advanced with regard to table topic. So when you are on the stage giving a table topic, try and see, you challenge yourself to structure your speech like that. So that's one feedback for both the table topic speaker. But what you guys did well was one very confident delivery. You were completely unfazed. One was guest Akshita, I guess, and other one was Toastmasters Lakshya. Both of you were unfazed. You spoke with poise, confidence, and you were able to communicate extremely well with the audience, and you did complete justice to the topic. So, job well done. Yes, Akshita, one point I noticed is that with regard to your whom you'll hire for the talk show, I must compliment also those Diksha for picking up such lovely topics. We are just unfortunate that it had to be cut short. Toastmaster Akshita, your expressions and connect with the audience virtually was also amazing. So keep it up. I mean, this is overall your well done. Very quick evaluation of the entire meeting. I would recommend us not to do the voting of the main role players at all, because it's not complete justice because the roles are so cut short. There's no sense, and I think that's one element which we have to in our club see how to handle that each role player gets the due time, because then otherwise unfair for the role player to be evaluated. Right? So that's one element I will suggest, of course, for the president. Overall, as a meeting, I think the energy was amazing. Like I mentioned, Toastmaster the day came fully prepared and had an amazing content. The word Fibun that we have learned, I'm never going to forget about that. Toastmaster, Rashmi, that's job extremely well done. Certain elements were a bit sweet, so I reserve my comments on that. Two big improvement areas. One, of course, Diwali is hangover, and after that starting is a little bit challenging. So we have to be. I was a part of the EC by the way, so we have to be a little easy on the EC. But the challenge is still whenever we start, how do we start on time? Today we started about 10 minutes late, which puts pressure. And then the amazing content and the amazing structure which we had put a little bit of additional pressure. So the challenge to all the role players is to see how can you improvise but stay within your role. For example, if a speech evaluator has to share, they don't need to introduce the speaker or compliment the speaker. That's not their job. They can improvise for sure, but the improvisation has to be within your role. Right? So you can improvise and share a code saying that, okay, today I'm excited to listen to a wonderful speech. That's improvisation. You're not stealing the stage or stealing the spotlight. You don't want a spotlight for you. Your spotlight time will come when you are going to share your report. So at the time when you are introducing the speaker, you have to just focus on the purpose of the speech. I think all three evaluators spoke everything other than the purpose of the speech properly. I mean, right? The emphasis was not on the purpose of the speech. And that's the element which I think as a group we should learn and try. Right? It's important to improvise, but to stay within the ambit of the role, because you don't want the spotlight to shift from the speaker to you at that stage. When you are going to share your report, that time spotlight is on. Do whatever you want. Right? So these are some of the elements which, of course, we are a learning club, so we will continue to evolve with enough time. So these two elements, timing, overall timing, meeting timing is something to learn on, because it's unfair to them some other roles to squeeze them so badly. And secondly, to work on each role player, anybody wants understanding on how to improvise and what to do, more than there are enough people in the club to help. But I think that's one element which we should challenge ourselves. And in the end, time is limited for everybody, right? While we have to respect our time, respect others' time, at the same time, deliver excess value within that time. We can't expand our time and deliver value, then we are problematic, right? On that note, let's invite our presiding officer on the stage. Stage yours.
Listen, don't waste. Cannot learn how to participate. It's okay.
Yeah, everything. And that's it.
We try to take the group. No, not yesterday, actually. What way thanks? I'm just getting confused. Share the link with people, share the other announce. Just log in with the access those choices. And follow you.
Done. Send.
Send.
Email.
Can you access the response? Can you access the response? I got it. Okay. I'm really sorry for, I think we have taken more than 10 minutes today. Okay. Yeah. All right. So before we end the session, first of all, I'd like to thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi, because it didn't feel like we prepared this week overnight. We could spread forward and make sure that we appreciate and support each other as a community as always. So let's move to the voting section now. And the best auxiliary role player. Tiger, Saurav, Prominent Prince, Akauta Lakshya. Toastmaster Lakshya. Congratulations. Best role player, Toastmaster Rashmi, Toastmaster Dikshita, Toastmaster Ashish. Oh, yeah, sure. Best prepared speech speaker, Toastmaster Aditya, Toastmaster Rhythm, Toastmaster Ladusha. Toastmaster Aditya. Hope to see more alcohol in your bar next time. Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Lakshya, guest Akshata. Toastmaster Lakshya. Party from Lakshya. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Vivanshu, Toastmaster Prince, Toastmaster Dikshita. Toastmaster Dikshita. Toastmaster Dikshita. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And let's take a Zoom feed out. Yes. Nidusha, you have to take a Zoom feed. Pause.
Shita, can you please open on the video?
Yeah.
Don't need that can is not there. Okay, am I blocking somebody?
Vivanshu. Oh, अच्छा था आगे पीछे कर दो. तो पीछे कर दो. नहीं वो दूसरा आइटम से.
I hope I'm not blocking anybody.
I think Toastmaster Aditya is not visible.
Toastmaster
Okay.
India is not visible.
Now I think he is visible. Now
He's visible.
Okay.
It's coming a little blur. I still think. Okay. Okay, all right. Chalo ji.
Once more.
Is it coming blur, Nidusha, or it's okay?
Yeah, little bit.
It's blurred.
Yeah, it's blurred.
It's now raining.
Yeah. Internet problem.
Okay.
It's okay now. नहीं ये क्या हुआ? It's fine. I should hold like this. Okay. So one person has to be closer. So क्या करें?
It's okay.
It's okay if I come like this.
Yeah.
I can sit here.
Ah,
Okay, now.
No, blur हो गया.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye everyone. Have a good great weekend. Bye.